possible. This video is very important, actually, guys. So opening essentials, food share, non-negotiable, non-negotiable. I don't need anybody asking for this stuff and then saying to me, it's not a thing. Basically, you don't glorify food. There's no basically if it kind of if everything is basically think about the worst case scenario. You're hungry, you have like some kind of sandwich, guys. Sandwich, my constitution can still be enough PG. Okay, so constitution you have some sandwich, but the sandwich is you get a sandwich, water, and just sandwich of water, sandwich and some Pepsi, two kinds of Pepsi, one kind of Pepsi, one kind of Fanta. But you have for every two people, like four sandwiches for every two people, one person. You get two per day. Two serve morning and evening. You get four cans maximum. Two. So you have that every day, morning and evening. Imagine I have that. Two Pepsi, four Pepsi. I have to manage that resource. But it's free of charge. I get it every day. Every day I'm allowed two sandwiches. Two sandwiches, and two for morning and dinner. Basically, even my appetite, the large sandwiches, because I eat big, just medium sandwich, just average sandwiches, see in the shop, two sandwiches, and then two and then two drinks, two soft drinks, two pairs of soft drinks, and two pairs of sandwiches. That's what I'm asking for, and then you get some 2 to 1, so you guys must manage that for your morning, so in your evening, if I eat two in the morning, I then have to eat two in the evening. Exactly. If I eat one in the morning, I eat. Then I eat one pair of sandwiches in the morning and one in the evening. This is what I'm talking about, guys. This is managing your money, finances. So I'm saying, guys, the equity principle is really essential for you guys to manage your own stuff in constitution. Again, I'm gonna say two sandwiches. Doesn't matter the sardines. Two sandwiches to one work morning. You have to, that's your right. You have to have a breakfast and dinner. You don't have to have lunch, because I hate lunch. Because in the day you're meant to be working. So I'm gonna make it properly now. So basically, you have what you get morning starts at 8 a.m. Then should be up by 8 a.m. There's something goes basically 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. people are getting up already. It's for work. But we have 12 7 time. Okay, so we get 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. That's 12 o'clock, 24 o'clock. But that's nonsense. So it's only 12 hours in a day. 12 hours in a day, no business framing. So 12 hours a day, you want to work 6, you really want everything to work half the day. If you start, you do work 6 hours. So if I start to work 7, 7 plus 6, I get 11 hours. I stop 11 a.m. 11 a.m. I'm done work. I'm done, guys. I'm done. I don't have to do any more work because I've done 6 hour shift. So if I stop 12 a.m., 12 a.m., not even that, I'm just half day in the UK. But that half day is done, I can do other things in the evening, if I do overtime, I have to come in after like 12. So basically, if I stop at 11 a.m. or 12 a.m. and then I do want to do extra 3 hours, I take my half-hour break. So basically, if I work 6 hours a day, I have to work 3 hours. 3 hours. But 3 hours is what I take. Basically, I have to cook in the evening. So 6, 11, 12, 12, 1, 14, 15, 3 p.m., 2 or 3 p.m., 12, 13, 14, 1, 2, 3. No, 1, 2, 3. 13, 1, 2, 3. 11, 12, 13. 13:30 p.m. will be my evening, and then 14:30 p.m. will be my evening. I'm starting working already in my evening. But if I want to work if I want to work a third, third, because it's only 2 halves to a third, 2/3 of the hours. That'll be 6 divided by 1. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. So that'll be working fast. No, I don't want to be working fast either. So if I want to work, I work 4 hours maximum, per night. But I don't work 6 hours per night. That's slavery. Because you also do less work. Nice. But this is my policy. Because it's 4 hours a night is just perfect. Anyone could get on. And that's your nice now. If you do 4 hours, when you start at 1:30 p.m., you get 4 hours. 14:30, 15:30. And then what? 16:30, 4:30. You're done work. You don't have to go to school. Nothing. So this is very important to guys understand. No one's a slave there. And you should be branding food as if it's the best food ever. Because you guys are very funny. So this is why this principle exists. This kind of human-centric principle exists. What I'm saying to you guys know how to brand food in a way that is making it more special. Not like a tiny bit of water that's some kind of weed in it. I don't like that, guys. Just essentials, So like I have a sandwich. I have to. Everyone gets a sandwich, a meal, a work meal. Because they live, they breathe, and even in work again, tell you to work meal. So for me, I'm just giving example. I love African dishes, but basically, if I get up in the morning, I want to be to eat. I'm gonna start my work. I don't know, been looking at. But if I get to work, I have to get the food ready. It's inconvenient. It's very inconvenient. So why can't I just go to work and then get my breakfast there? That's what I love, guys. That's what the breakfast cereals are meant to be for. So your breakfast at work, you get at work, you go there, you can go work, you brush your teeth, you comb your hair, but you shower at home, you do the bare minimum at home. You can do exercise in the morning, you can get yourself all body ready, for what activity you're doing the day. That's what living is all about. No stressing no one. But you guys the UK economy is rubbish, so I'm really building my own thing because I don't care what anybody tells me. But say I start what? I start at 9 a.m. Even not even 8 a.m. perfect. 9 a.m. 1 hour later. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 9 plus 6 is what? 15. 15. 6 hours. 6 hours in the morning. But this 6 hours in the morning, I can spread it out. Basically 6 hours. 9 plus 6. Basically 9 plus 3. 10, 11. 10, 11, 12. 10, 11, 12. 4 hours. 9 plus 4 is 1 p.m. And then 1 p.m. plus 2 is 3 p.m. 3 p.m. 3 p.m. 3, you know what I'm saying? But this 6 hours can spread out between 3 hours. So basically 2 to 1. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 3 hours in the morning, and then take a 1 hour break because it's 2 to 1. So what's basically 6 divided by then this is a third of 6. 6 divided by 3 is 3. So 6 divided by 3 is 3. So if I work for 6 divided by 2 is 3, but a third of 6 is to 1.5 hours, because that's 1.5, So if I have a 3 hours working shift, I take a 3 hour, 1 hour, 1.5 hours break, which is some kind of infeasible. But I can work 3 hours by doing other things, But the virus is suitable for me to work that miles, It's not about me just breaking a sweat every time I want to work, But it's basically you have a cycle of breathing, pausing, reflecting. Because it's necessary, we're a human being. We have to get the body clock going. The rhythm in our bodies moving and arms aching. We even sitting down doing teaching. We have to re-energize. What I call re-energize our body. And our minds. Too. Our minds before our body. Not our body before our minds. Our mind. Because if you don't want to do it, no point of actually trying to do it. You have to be in the zone to do that work. Because our body, your body's like ready to go that work. You don't have to think about it. It's very good, That's what they want to create. The kind of utopian want to create for work. But if you're living, you should be to work. Living, you should be to work and do anything you want with the work. Because that's what I'm saying. Because living is not optional. So work is not optional here. You don't have to spend money here. So what I'm saying to you guys, the kind of utopian vision is no one should be commoditizing food. Commodity. It's not a nice thing. Commoditizing things that are unique. If every bottle of like a Fanta is naturally yellow. No, don't change the color of yellow. That Fanta, we know it's yellow. Make you look ugly. Ugly Fanta. The Fanta's been out. Nothing special about Fanta. But Fanta doesn't matter what it's a Fanta or Pepsi. Pepsi can. Shake the Pepsi and it makes you look nice. You form it. I hate that shit, guys. I hate it. This is something I need. I know it is nice. But when you start making it look nice, you make it look like appetizing. But appetizing, I know it's appetizing, but you make it look like then they refer me into something else that I don't need. Then I get hungry. Then I get angry. Because I couldn't get a thing. Because so imagine like a white room. A room white. A white room. A very white room. But this room controls one energy drink, one food bar. Just the food bar just behind, and the food bar just has the casual food, like just the sandwiches. Everyone's sandwiches. This is the country. This is lunchroom for everyone, and that food has some kind of a drink component. You get only monsters energy drinks, and the Monster, largest Monster, and even the bottles, and then the Fanta and the Pepsi. That's the only thing you get. You can basically, if you guys alone and all the food is free, you guys have to manage the food yourself. It's sure you work. If someone doesn't have one, you can give that person food, from your own. That's the idea, guys. It's about ensuring the stability of your ecosystem, of your hive. Is it no one starves? If one starves, then you get some rivalry already. You get something you gotta worry about yourself, because you're gonna starve next. Because it's you. You want to be working together, not against each other. You want to be able to breathe with each other. Because if you all have like a canteen, all sitting down, all working, you're all like working together, and you're all like working together. You're working together, and then you're working together, but you're working against each other. You're not actually productive. You're being bureaucratic. Yeah. So it's about ensuring the system hive. What is like a white room? The room is all white. It doesn't mean anything being white. It makes you go boring. But this is sense. You come and eat. You get bored. You go. You don't want to stay in a room where there's a lot of white. But that means you're surviving. You're like in this room, this box. What I mean. So this box. So I'm saying the room is the kind of the thing about having this kind of food, non-carbohydrate, because it makes it less appetizing, naturally, and you then use the taste buds to determine what is good for you. That's the idea, really. Because if all these Legos, you say all this like protein shakes, it doesn't really align with your what you're gonna do for your day. But if you have if you have the picture that it's a need, not a want, and it's not like a nice thing. It's not like something you can commodify. What's to stop you from eating it? Nothing. Because you have you really understand that instinctively you need it. You don't have to think about labels or the corn. What is a sweet corn or not? Sweet corn with a mayo or not? It doesn't mean anything, guys. As long as it goes down your belly and you can continue your day, and then you can continue your work, you're able to do the job. I'm happy for everyone there. If everyone's by policies allowed 2 meals a day, 2 full meals a day, for morning and brunch. So basically, between the morning, basically just put a log here. That's what I'm really doing. Between morning brunch. When is the morning? Morning. Basically, no time you can claim morning. You have like a break. So you can't basically one is not only one. Basically, you can have. I want you guys to do it properly because you guys are. I can't know you guys are breaking the system for me. So who wants to eat with you guys? So for example. Morning, I say again, is starts. So basically, morning. So 8 a.m. is where the work starts. So morning, when does that start? Okay, let me give you an example. I can wake up 4 a.m. 4 a.m. to 1 a.m. That's my morning. Because if I'm working 4 a.m. Time is 8 a.m. That's my morning. That's my morning, guys. But sometimes I wake up 3 a.m. because I'm watching a horror movie. 3 a.m. So 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. is my start opening this morning. 8 a.m. is morning. You should be up and ready by 8 a.m. guys. 8 or 9 a.m. Up ready to work. Okay, let's look at 8 to 10 a.m. 8 a.m. 10 a.m. for the children. But the adults is 8 a.m. Sharp 8. Who wants to work? Okay, 8 to 9 a.m. and 8 to 9 a.m. for the morning. 9. Okay, let's say 8 to 10 a.m. for all of us. Because as a policy now, because I don't want to trust a.m. Because if the children go to school by 8 a.m., they should be to work. But some people get there late at 10 a.m. So I have to give them correctly on the dot. Sometimes they get us at 10:30, but that's what I'm thinking about schools. I don't want children being in schools, guys. I want them on the streets working with their fathers and mothers. But doing like in the school day. But the idea of this is to get everyone up by 10 a.m. in the morning and ensure that they're doing the activities they're meant to do. What is just stretching, doing TikTok. I really want to do TikTok, guys, with you guys. I'm building my utopia. I just want to do, guys. I don't want to be talk about money anymore. So 8 to 3 to 4, 8 to 10 p.m. It's morning. So in this morning, if I eat so you got a 2 hour shift. So let's make it 2 to 4 a.m. 2, 3, 4 in the morning. It's morning a.m. p.m. and it's because it's 2 hour gap to make sure everyone's doing something properly. So the 2 a.m. is the morning. So if I go if I start at 8 p.m. for work, 8 a.m. for work, and I work 6 hours, you get 6 hours maximum to work because it's 12 hours a day. 6 hours maximum a day you can work. You work. But 6 hours has to spread it evenly between morning, because evening and night. So me, if I was starting in the morning and I want to work 6 hours, I can divided by so basically, if I work 2/3 of the day, that would be 4 hours. 4 hours of work. So I can do my morning. I can do 2 hours. At 10 a.m. to 10 a.m. 2 hours, 10 a.m. 11, 12 to 12 a.m. 11, 12, 12 a.m. 12 a.m. I'm done. And then take an hour break. 45 minutes to an hour break. Okay, 45 minutes to 1 hour, 15 minutes, 1 hour, 30, 1 hour, 15 minutes break. 1 hour, 30 minutes break. Because 45 minutes. For 5 minutes to, so not for 5 hours, guys. For 5 minutes allowed to 1 hour 15 minutes break. That's maximally allowed for a break, but based on what you guys agree. But okay, let's make it easier. Let's make it 45. Let's make it 30 minutes for the adult. 30 minutes to 30 minutes break minimum. I don't trust you guys. I don't think you guys are gonna just ditch the project. So basically ensure that you work. So you have a minimum of a 15 20 no 35 minutes. No, 30 minutes. 30 minutes, because 30 minutes to and because I'm thinking about myself. Do I want to break 30 minutes to an hour or 15 minutes to work? To 30 minutes to an hour to work. An hour 15 minutes to work. But just to be that extra 15 minutes is extra time. You don't need extra time, guys. If you need extra time, you have to justify why you need it. Just for your break. I don't want you guys are breaking this anymore. To the 5 to 1 hour. That extra time to your break. You're free. You do anything. Play tennis. I don't really care. Watch a movie. You have an hour. Play a video game. I don't give a care. Don't give a care. Make sure just come back to work. 15 minutes timer. It's fine. It's fine. Meet families in 5 minutes. Do something in the community. I don't really care where you go. Just come back in time. So that's you get 30 minutes to no. So basically, I'll come back 30 minutes to an hour, 1 hour, 15 minutes later, for the extra time. But to the extra time, you have to make it up. Because 15 minutes of someone's time you've taken. So that 15 minutes is not free. It's not free. You can have up to, because if you take 30 minutes maximum, 15 minutes, 15 minutes, you literally allow 15 minutes, for 5 minutes maximum per day, per day. So you get 15 plus 15, 30, 30 plus 30 is 45. 45 per day. So basically, if I take off the 15 minutes extra time, I have to take out maximum 1 hour, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 45 minutes, 1 hour, 15, 1 hour for 45 minutes, 1 hour 30, 130, 115, 1 hour for 5 minutes. So I can extra time 45 minutes because they have to do someone else's work. But you actually do it properly. Because you can't be taking people's time. Anybody that violates this has to be kicked off. Well, you have to overthrow, but we have to do something about that guy. But I can't tell you. So by conclusion, the food is essential. You don't brand it. You don't brand the drinks. You don't brand nothing. You have to just say, oh yes, this is a food. If it's like I need it, I need it, something I know that I need. I don't want to think about needing it. I know it's gonna be nice when I taste it, but the nicest must be something I wanna do. No wanna look nice. What is like a ordinary drink, milk drink? What's to say the fuel in my body is something else. Doesn't matter how much money I pay for it. Even if I see it as as some kind of commodity, some kind of product, I don't want to be taking it. Because it's not something I don't want to rely on. Because naturally, I know my body would not reject it. My body doesn't reject it automatically, but until I taste it, or until my body wants to adapt to whatever it is. So what I'm saying to you guys is like the kind of thing I'm building is a social equity system where people are accountable by themselves. You're accountable for what you do. If, for example, if you're in a canteen and you take food that is not yours, you're automatically flagged. You're flagged. You're kicked out. You're kicked out. Because this field is an equity-based system. You're kicked out by the peers. You're not removed. You're moved entirely. You can't come back. You have to get a new job. These essentials that people need. They don't care if someone's afraid. They don't care, guys. They don't give a crap. Because people are meant to work together in one unity. So, for example, if it's a monster drink, you have to work with the monster drink you're having ready. Because until you fail to do that thing, you fail it. You get 15 minutes extra time to get so you buy something else. Yeah, but you're allowed lunch, big lunch. Look here, like the every day, because you don't eat it every day. But it is you're allowed to take it and eat it at the time you're working here. So if I work 15 hours, 45 minutes to 1 hour 45 minutes a day break, and then I come back to work. What do I do? I come out to work. What do I come back? I come to work. I work, but what I work out, I work doing the same thing. I get bored, I'm also not. So I have to can switch roles, can switch your tasks, bro. What are you gonna do for that day? That's what you guys should do. Ensure you're doing many things and not just one thing. You have at least two things to do a day in a job. No, at least three things to do in a day, 3 or 4 things you're doing in a day to say I'm fulfilled in a day. But you have 2 to 3 for minimum for children and adults. But the adults, people that call themselves adults in my friend, 3 to 4. That's what I'm meant to do. Because I feel like I'm mature enough to do these tasks. What it's called. I don't care what it's called in. I don't care what it's like drinking, one kind of shit. It's like and then not feeding people, and then it's about equity at the maximum. People with wheelchairs, they can't do much. Someone like a wheelchair that can't get to the arm, they can't walk in, they take a wheelchair and they get a pin and they can't reach the signal because it's too high, they're too short. I don't know. Because when they try to type their ID card, you have to type it up. That kind of things are not romantic because anyone can have been on a wheelchair, without an accident. So the idea again is no matter the system, you ensure that entropy is distributed. There's no noise, there's no commotion, there's no nothing. Because you come there, you eat, you socialize, you be yourself, and then you go. Think they're more like a prison, because prison is more aligned with this. So you get a prison, but someone gives you food. But the food is free. Why? Because you need it. You need it. You're surviving now. This idea and doing that, because you're not meant to commodize that thing. You can basically can just have to need it because they know something that you want them to do survive. Basically it's the prison. It's a prison model. It's like one or another worst case scenario. You don't have any food. You food or so basically I'm saying it's a prison. Yes, it's a prison food model, but the prison is not. It's not commodified. It's not like a workplace canteen. It's more like something that says that the sketch state to able to eat and and sleep and shower and breathe back in your life, back into yourself. Because there's no way if you come out, there's no way about it. So basically, the truth that was about it's like metro is like a cells. Cells like you live in a cell, but the cell is can go up and down. You can go to the cell in the thing. You have split dimension. You can go for the. I love myself, man. So I love the so I'm saying you're gonna know this is you are perfect. Just as if the prison bars there, these people are fake. They're fake. Why they're fake? Because they're meant to resemble the kind of system that keeps you away from the resources, but not there to harm you per se or keep you in the prison canteen. They're meant to repel you from staying there for too long. Because you're present something you don't want to be in. It's hunger or death. Because you can be in continue be kind talking and enjoying stuff. But when the time comes, you'll never leave. Never leave because they're getting enough satisfaction, enough pleasure. People that are pleasuring for no reason. So that's what I'm saying. The kind of thing you have to, sensory deprivation. It's not necessarily it's basically sensory enhancement based on your role, your task, your whatever you're gonna do for the way that day. But which is based on your hunger, how hungry you are to stay in that place and get food A, B, C, D time and become a chubby black dark person like me. But the idea is equity based transaction between the peers to peers who support each other without a formal negotiation, like a formal contract. Basically, this is non-negotiable. So anything that this is basically the formality of this is basically basically you get the formality of it, which is the having it in the canteen, the environment in it. But the formality of it is just do what you do, but you have to check it with the formality process. And the formality process is just the computer systems behind the checking, like the AI systems. And if someone gets it wrong, the AI system will flag the person and will remove them. But if someone gets it right, the form is if you do something, if you give someone food and they don't charge them extra, and it's all free. I get food. I get two food in return. That is what I need, guys. There, two pairs food, like two pair. Like, getting money. It's like a double of money, but not fully. If I give a friend money, for renting, I know he will never give me that back that money. Or he can give me back that money double because he needs because the kind of rent is up. That's what I'm saying. The assets just the asset there is not money. It's not money in anything in a canteen. It's the resources, and resources are food, water, and shelter. Shelter from people that have been abused like me for years and not having a word to say. Look, I'm gonna seriously. Okay, thank you guys. Have a lovely day. That's what that we present. No commodity food. Thank you guys.